Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today's the holiday chevron throw. This is almost a beginner level. This is actually the same row repeated over and over. The only difference is that you're seeing a color change within this. If you'd like to change the size of this today, it's in multiples of 16 plus 3. So 16, 16, 16, and when you're satisfied just add 3 more chains and you will have the balance. Now let's take a closer look at this pattern here for the breakdown of the coloring. The breakdown of the coloring is in the stripe sequence here. So with one row using A, one row using B, one row using A, 5 rows using C, and etc. So when you get to the very end of this instruction it says repeat from the asterisk 2 more times. The asterisk is right here, the 5 rows with C and etc. So you just keep on going through. So when you look at this particular sample here, all you're just seeing is a color change using America's favorite yarn, the Red Heart Super Saver, in order to play. You'll need a 5.5mm size eye crochet hook today and also a tapestry needle because you'll want to weave in your ends as you go just to make it easier for yourself so the tails don't fall out. Without further ado, let's grab our yarn and we can talk about this size as we're going to start, and then I'm going to do a little swatch with you here on camera today. So let's begin. Today we're going to be using Caron 1 Pound as my choice. That's what I have here in stock with my eye, 5.5mm. So you can either chain 131 as per the pattern, or you can do the multiples of 16 plus 3 if you'd like to change the size of this. So I don't know what the chains would be in order to change it to like different sizes. So that's something you have to come up with on your own. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either go in multiples of 16 and add 3 at the end, or do 131. I'll see you at the end of the chain. So I've now just done 2 multiples of 16. So I went 16, 1 through 16, and then 1 through 16. Remember that it does go up and down with the motion today. So when you do that, instead of the long chain, let me just zoom you out a little bit here. So when you have a long chain like this, as soon as you start going up and down, you change the length of that. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. So I have 2 sets of 16. So in order to have the balance I need to add 3. Now if you have chained 131, you don't need to worry about that extra 3 at the end. Let's start row number 1. In row number 1 what we're going to do is that we're going to just go 4 chains in the hook and we're going to double crochet. So the chain 3 and this double crochet are in the same stitch. Just classify that as the same. And then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by itself, and then the next 2 are 2 together double crochet, and then the next 2 are 2 double crochet, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So what I would do if I were you, I would just write down the number 5 here. So just write down the number 5. So 5 up and then 5 down, and then just remember that because that's something that you'll just have to keep on doing. And once you get familiar with this, you probably won't even have to count either because you'll see what to do. Let's begin row 1. So let's begin row 1. We're gonna go 4 chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, and go to the 4th. So this 3 here counts as a double crochet. So the 4th, go on the back hump of the stitch itself, or of the chain, and double crochet. So those are classified as being in the same stitch. So we're now going to work in the down motion. So it's up and down in the valleys. So we're gonna head down into the valley. So to go down in the valley there's gonna be 5 double crochets in a row. So let's count those out, and I'll do it quietly. So this is 1, and do all the way to 5. Perfect. So 5 just went in the down motion. You can't see it yet, but it will happen. So the next 2 chains in a row, they're gonna be 2 together double crochet. So wrap the hook, go into the next chain and pull through, and pull through 2 and hold it. Don't finish that stitch. Go to the very next one and go to the next chain, pull through 2 and hold, and you should have 3 loops on the hook. Pull through all 3, and that became a 2 together double crochet. So you're gonna do that one plus another set there. So starting in the next one, going in, pull through 2 and hold, next one in, pull through 2 and hold. So you're gonna do that and then pull through all 3 loops. So this will cause the slight bend to happen that you see in the chevron. So how many stitches do you need to go up the valley to the top of the peak? If we went down 5, we're going up 5. So let's count 5, and I'll do it quietly. So 1, so there's 5 that went up the valley. So you can see the bending is happening. So in the top of the peak here, to go over top of the edge on this side of the valley there's gonna be 2 double crochets in the same chain. So let's apply 1 and 2. That provides partial of the bend for the chevron, and then the friend next door is also gonna get the same thing. So 2 into the next one, and that's the other side of the valley going down. Okay, so that was the top peak. So we now have to go down the valley again, and how many in a row? If you said 5, that's the right answer. So 1, and once you get 5 down, you're gonna then be at the bottom, so the riverbed of the valley. So the next 2 are gonna come together. So wrap into the next one, pull through 2 and hold it, and do the friend next door and do the same thing, and then pull through all 3 loops, and that became 2 together. So it's 1/2. This is this side of the valley, so we have to jump to the other side of the river. So you're gonna put the other 2 together and pull through all 3 loops and then go up. So you're gonna go in the up and down motion. It's a slight lazy wave really, and so at the end of the chain when you get there, so just put me on pause if you need to hold. So put me on pause for those wanting to continue. You're gonna go 5 up, and this will take you to the other side of the edge. And the multiples were 16 plus 3 in this swatch, leaving 1 stitch, and you will have that if you did 131 as well. And in the very last stitch you're gonna apply 2 double crochets into the same one, and that will get you to where you need to go. Okay, so this is what it will look like at this point. So you're going in the up and down motion. I'm going to show you how to fasten off, because the next row is all you need to do for this whole thing until you get to the size that you want. So let's cover fastening off. When you're changing your yarns in between the rows, here's what I would recommend. Just cut your yarn and then just pull through. I would recommend you deal with your tails as you go. So get a tapestry needle. You can use your hook, but it will fall out on you, pretty much guaranteed, unless you're gifted of course. So you can pull it through, and just going in underneath the stitch work. So just dragging it underneath in the same coloring. So just go through once and don't change the shape. Just pull it through so it's taut, and a slightly different path the second time, and finally a third time. The project can never stretch in 3 directions at the same time, therefore this should never ever fall out. And what I would recommend to you also, do the starting chain as well while you're here and get that done as well. So you can cut that, and then we can move on to the next row, which is gonna be the repeat, row number 2 throughout the whole thing, other than changing the colors as per the striping, which I'm gonna leave in your capable hands. Let's just get rid of this. I'll do this off camera, and we'll start row number 2 next. So let's start row number 2. I'm gonna create a slip knot on my hand first, and I'm going to grab my hook and just insert it in. So this is where I ended. So I'm gonna turn my work, so you'll turn after each row, and you're gonna start off in the very first one. So just going in, and I need you to attach it. So attach is a slip stitch, so pull through and through, and then you're gonna start your first one. So you're gonna chain up 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and in the same beginning one I need you to apply another double crochet in there. So there's gonna be 2 always in the top here as you're going down. So how many in a row going down? Do you remember? It's 5. So starting in the next stitch, so 1, noticing that I'm going up over top of the straggler too. That helps you not have the sew-in ends. So I want to do 5 in a row. Once I have my 5 done, I'm going to be approaching these. So do you see how they're different from the other ones? So this is one side of the valley, this is the other. So I have 2 stitches left, which includes 1 regular stitch and this one here. So you're gonna bring those 2 together. So like you did with the chain, just pull through and pull through 2 and hold, and then grab the other one, pull through 2 and pull through 2 and hold. So you'll do that one, and then you'll jump to the other side of the river for the valley, and then do the next and put the next two together. And so this is the very base. Do you see that? So how many to go up? It's 5. Once you have your 5, you're looking at here. See how they look different from a regular stitch? So the next one here is the very middle of this side of the valley wall. So that's the very top of this side. So there's gonna be 2 into that one. So you got your 5 up. This is the 6th stitch, and that's the one that gets 2. And in order to start the next valley going down, see how that one is? The very first one of this one is gonna have 2, so it can do that bend. And then you're gonna go down the valley. So how many going down? I'll count it quietly. I'm not gonna say. If you did 5, that's the right number. So 5 up, 5 down. So then you're at the valley again. So you see this one is part of this side of the wall of the valley, and then the extra one there. So those two are gonna become together at the very base. And then the next side of the valley wall after the river, you're gonna put those two together and then go up. So you'll keep going up and down in the motion. So follow the motion of the ocean, and then eventually you'll come to the other side like I am. So you're gonna do your last 5 going up. So there's 5 going up. Don't forget that turning chain is your last stitch. So that's where people go wrong on these things. So in the turning chain, apply 2 double crochet. And then that's it. So you just have to keep repeating that pattern. You just have to go and look at the row. So you go to turn. So you start up, you chain 3, put another double crochet in the same one, 5 going down, put the 2 together on this side of the valley, the 2 together on this side of the valley, 5 up, and then the very 2 middle ones here is 2 into this one, 2 into this one, so that it will do the bend. 5 going down, you'll do your valley again, and then 5 going up, and you'll keep doing that across. You'll put 2 into the last one. So if you ever want to change your color, you already know what to do. And this here is the holiday chevron throw. It's just a repeating of the same row over and over. So just make sure you go in the end, weave in your tails, and you're good to go. Have a great day. It's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com.